Hi, Sybil. How are you?
Doing pretty good today. You know,
Yes. I am so excited to have you here.
yeah, I'm excited to
So,
be here.
I want to ask you this question. My main question is, there's a lot of women who are following us, who are watching us live, who will be watching replays, and they are so they're questioning, like, what is this girl about? What is this whole Love Goddess journey is about?
Yeah.
What is just, how, like, it is, like I said, it is for someone else. They don't think in terms of, I too can be that woman. I too can step into my own life. I too can step into my own power. I too can step into my own radiance. So now you have completed one of the steps of the Love Goddess journey, which is going through a photo session and embodying your Love Goddess.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies, I completely forgot to mention that Love Goddess Academy also comes with a waiver of a session fee for your photo session with us. So that's something important to know. As step 2 of the Love Goddess journey, Sybil, tell me, what was your initial reason for wanting to do a photo session and really get a feeling of what being a love goddess feels like?
I had just had my first child about 6 months prior to when I scheduled my session. And it was, I was just going through so many changes. And, I'm very sexual, but I lost my sexual confidence. And I didn't really like the way I looked. I mean, it wasn't anything that my boyfriend was projecting onto me. It was definitely all inside. And I just felt like I just needed to like kind of step back into myself, kind of regain that femininity that I had kind of lost. And like I'm the type of person that I like, love language is physical touch. Like I am very physical. If I'm not getting that, then I don't feel like I am loved. And it's not that he was holding back. I was just holding back. And that was just causing, like us to just not really reconnect. And, throughout all this, it's been over a year since my photo session and I've since joined your team, but it was just such a great experience because it allowed me just to kind of regain some of my sexual confidence back. I know you had spoken about confidence, but that's what it meant for me. Before I always liked lingerie, but I had never purchased any lingerie. Like I didn't really think it was that important, because you take it off 5 minutes in, but it just allowed me to kind of just realize I like this part. I like being girly. I like, stepping into that. So that's kind of what it meant for me.
Yeah. So stepping, and this is part of what we are teaching in the Love Goddess Academy, is really femininity craves beauty on the outside and on the inside.
Yes.
And when we crave beauty, we start decorating ourselves. We start wearing jewelry and putting on lingerie and doing the makeup. It's not that we are trying to be someone we are not. It's not about that. There's that perspective floating around back somewhere. It's not about that. It's about stepping into our best potential, into our best version of who we are. Right. Yes. And so when you tap back and reconnect back with that sense of beauty and with that sense of life force energy that I was talking about, the sexuality, this is when you start, becoming and embracing that side of yourself that you used to have. And there's that example that I was sharing the other day about a woman who came for a photo session, and I asked her, when was the last time you felt beautiful? And she said, when I was 17. When was the last time you felt like you were living life? And she's like, when I was 17. That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
And so for some reason, we lose that spark when we become mothers. And you know why we lose that spark? Is because it's becoming all about caring for other people and putting ourselves on a back burner.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's really what that is. And so when we have that permission to step into, listen, this is like my time too, and I deserve to do this, and I deserve to put myself first.
Mm-hmm.
When we step into that belief and that permission, like everything's changing. And so this is exactly what you did when you step into, when you give yourself permission. You know what, I'm gonna say, it's okay to spend money on myself, it's okay to go give myself
Mm-hmm.
this amazing experience. And look, it transformed so many things for you,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And
Right.
it is an ongoing thing. Like, you have to put work into it. It's not just gonna, magically change overnight, but it definitely helps, it helps you get that on the right track. It
Mhm.
is a journey for sure.
Yeah, yeah. With the stepping into your love goddess after you have gone through a photo session, tell me what things started happening for you where you were able to reconnect to that side of yourself more in your everyday life.
I feel like I've always been pretty just myself. Like I don't really have that like I guess it allowed me to become more vulnerable. Does that make
Mhm,
sense? Like, I
mhm,
feel like I've always been kind of like closed off. I'm very emotional, but only a few people get to kind of see that side of me. And it
mhm,
definitely allowed me to kind of be a little bit more vulnerable with other people, especially, you're in this room full of women and I mean, they were amazing. They were calling
mhm,
me beautiful. They were, lifting me up. But, I'm standing there half naked, like doing all these
mhm,
poses, like spreading my butt cheeks, and they're like, you know what I mean? Like, so it definitely helps you just kind of just open up and,
mhm.
open to new experiences. And, that's not something I've ever done, so I feel like that I got vulnerability, I guess.
Mhm. Describe your feelings that you've experienced when you were seeing your photos for the first time.
Um, so I feel like I was very shy when I did see
Mhm.
them, like it was like, wow, like that looks awesome. Like I haven't really seen myself like that. Like this is it's kind of indescribable if that makes sense. Like I mean, they were great. They were beautiful. I still have them. I still look at them, and I feel a little bit bad about myself, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a great experience. I mean,
When women say, when a lot of times we would say, look at your photos, like you're gonna have these photos to look at later on to get that confidence boost, right?
yeah,
So by confidence boost, right, that really means reconnecting to that completely different image of yourself that you don't see in yourself on a daily basis.
yeah,
Like if
definitely.
we dig deep into that, but the question is, why don't we wear more lingerie on a daily
Yeah.
basis?
No, yeah, it would definitely make things a lot more like interesting. And I mean, I still have my days where I'm like, man, like I really need to, put some makeup on and just kind of
Yeah,
like do my hair. Like, there's some
yeah,
days where I'll just couple days in a row just like put my hair up, and I'm like, man, I really just, it makes you feel better. It really
yeah,
does. Like, getting pretty and all that. I mean, it definitely
yeah.
helps.
Reconnecting. That's part of reconnecting to your love goddess.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing
Yeah.
your experience with us. It's been such just like a pleasure hearing